Angels and Airwaves just put out a new single. It's entitled Kiss and Tell, and it's the second single off their upcoming album.
This is the big Angels and Airwaves comeback since they haven't released a full-length album in 5 years.
Tom DeLonge famously quit Blink-182 in 2015. He put out 2 EPs with Angels and Airwaves that same year and then didn't do music for years, focusing on all his other projects involving movies, books, and alien discovery. But now Tom has gone back to his roots and he started making music again. Thank f***. I would confidently say that this song is the ultimate blend of everything Angels and Airwaves have done. You got the electronic space rock elements of their earlier work, then some of the alternative rock of the later stuff. And then of course you got a little bit of the punk rock sneaking through from Tom's earlier work at Blink-182.
At first I didn't really know what to think about the choppy synth keyboard at the beginning of the song. However, I think I really actually enjoy it. The song starts off with a very classic Angels and Airwaves electronic intro, and then leads right into a heavy rock verse. Throughout the song they're fusing these two sounds, with the verses having a flowy synth keyboard underneath a more classic rhythm guitar.
And that's exactly what I'm talking about when it comes to the two styles fusing together in this song. It sounds like Angels and Airwaves, but it doesn't sound stale or old, and it does sound like a continuation of that sound. The riff is very catchy and iconic, very much sounds like a classic Tom DeLonge riff.
The vocals over top of all this instrumentation kind of follow a dried out and overused vocal progression in all these songs that goes it's like say 3 things quickly and then the 4th one goes ba ba boo ba.
Yeah, I mean it is a bit overdone and a bit cliche. But then again, I'm pretty sure Tom is the one who pretty much started that whole thing anyway. Pop punk was around before Blink, of course, but they're the ones that kind of brought that whole 2000s pop punk sound into popularity. So if anybody can do the tropes, it's Tom.
I really enjoyed the breakdowns following the choruses in this track. The first chorus breakdown is pretty quick. It's just a fast little blend of the electronics and the guitars to make a high-strung little melody leading into the second verse. The second chorus breakdown's a lot longer, it distorts the sound a lot more, and does more of a classic breakdown method where they start stripping back the instruments and going quieter. And then of course they do a classic build-up into the end of the song. This method is nothing new, but it does work really well in this structure.
Yes, the way the verse leads back into that riff again works perfectly. I love how the song focuses a lot on that guitar part as well as the electronic part. I think something that people absolutely love Tom for is how good his riffs are. And as much as you gotta love the electronic elements of Angels and Airwaves, it's great to just hear a great distorted guitar riff again.
I think this song has a lot of good components, but out of anything, it's the choruses that really don't do much for me at all. This chorus formula is pretty dried out for Angels and Airwaves and other bands like them, where in the verses and the pre-choruses you have the interesting blend of electronic and rock. The choruses just kind of become this stale reminder of yelly, echoey choruses with long leading guitar rhythms. La 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 la.
Tom has always been known for his excellent soaring choruses and his great melody writing, and that just doesn't come through as well in this song. It's not a bad chorus by any means, but it just doesn't stick in your mind like a lot of his previous ones have. I will say it's also very similar to the melody of the song Overload off of Chasing Shadows. Shifting over to the production side of things, I think they did a very good job with it. The first couple Angels and Airwaves albums were done in the mid to late 2000s, which was the dark age of music production. Very overdone, overproduced, brick-walled, just bad production. But luckily though, the last few albums have been much better. Dreamwalker was done very well, and this one seems just as good.
It's got raw, dry production. It's very clean, and it gives you some room to breathe.
Oftentimes doing the production on a song that has rock and electronic elements in it can be troubling, but I think they found a very good mid-level here. I love how in the mix the guitars are so audible as well. A lot of modern rock music these days has the guitar done very low in the mix, especially if you want to look at the stuff that Blink-182 is doing right now, but I love that they put the guitars right there, right on the surface level for us to hear.
There isn't much to say here in terms of lyrical content. It's a pretty vague song, but it seems to me that they're talking about some sort of relationship or fling they're having with a girl that they don't want people to find out about, or they're telling people and it's ruining the relationship, and don't kiss and tell, Laureen.
Now it's not overly apparent if Tom is singing about a woman or a dog in the song. The lyrics leave a lot to be imagined, but knowing Tom's history with dogs, I wouldn't be surprised if it was about that, as opposed to a woman. So far we have 2 singles released from this album, the first being Rebel Girl. We did do a review of it, but long story short, I didn't think it was very good. But on the other hand, this song, a much better improvement. I was very excited and happy when I heard it, especially since the song starts with that electronic opening and then goes into the rock. It was just a nice ride to go on.
With what we've heard so far, we have reason to believe that this is going to be a pretty good album, and I'm pretty stoked to hear it.
I'm also just going to quickly mention that I think it's a little bit interesting that Blink-182, Tom's old band, is also doing their single releases right now. So there's a lot of fighting and battling going on between which band is better, is Blink better, is Angels better? Right now I'm thinking Tom's doing a little bit of a better job. But anyway, it's not about fighting and battling between the two. It's all just music, you know?
It's all just music, man. Just love the sound, dude.
We've said enough.
Yeah, okay, let's rate this shit. I give this track 71%.
I give this track a 69. Thank you for watching. Let us know what you thought of this song in the comments. And do you think they're doing a better job than Blink? Let's start a complete fight in the comments, how about we? Bye bye!